All right, so welcome to the second episode of Locked and Loaded. Today we're going to be talking about breaking generational curses. I'm Devin.
Jasmine.
OG. Christiana.
Thanks for the enthusiasm, girl.
Right, Ray.
All right, so breaking... Not Ray.
Make me sick. Actually make me sick.
All right, so generational curses are pretty much any kind of traits or preferences that are passed down from one generation to the next. And sometimes they can have a negative impact on our lives. So today we're just going to kind of go through some of the things that we dealt with through our childhood, or just kind of give some advice on how you can break generational curses in your family. So I'd like to pose the first question to my lovely audience. How do you break generational curses?
You stop doing it, but kept going on. You just cut it.
Just
do something different. Right. If your mom didn't say I love you and gave you a hug, then you give your daughter a hug and say I love you.
Thanks.
Teach her to do it to her kids and so on and so on.
You really think it's that simple though? I mean, as far as that one,
it
of
ain't
course.
that simple, but that's what you need to do.
That's
nothing simple, but that's you gotta do that.
Okay. I feel like everybody knows the right answer, but it's just the how to accomplish it. You know what I mean? Like, it's more than just, okay, say you're going to do this and do it. Like, you have to mentally train yourself.
I don't think everybody even has that headspace that knows, though.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who don't know.
I think that's why I think it continues, though, because they just don't know.
Right. And there were things I recognized, like, as an adult. It's like, I saw it and we're just like, I would never do that. I'm not going to be like that.
Or thought it was normal.
Right.
Until you grew up to understand, now you're in that headspace of like, oh,
because you're exposed to different stuff. When you're just exposed to what you're exposed to, who's somebody to say that's not normal? That's all you had growing up, so that's all you knew.
That's all you know.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it never sounds normal until you bring it to someone else's attention. They're like, that's toxic.
Right.
You're like, really? Like,
right.
Okay.
Right. That's what I'm used to. So yeah, and then it's like, I've been that person where it's something toxic going on, and I'm just like, well, this how I act, this is what I am, this is who I am, and not recognizing that it's hurting a certain relationship or something that's actually going on in my everyday life because it's toxic and it's a generational curse, something that needs to be broken. So yeah, it's real out here. So
I definitely think counseling is great for stuff like that.
Good,
being honest, living your own truth. Like some things, you can't force somebody to recognize something. As far as like family and stuff like that, you can't force them to recognize it. But it's up to you as a person to take accountability for your own stuff and the things you need to change. Period.
And then speaking about that, taking accountability, whatever. I think it's okay to, when you're breaking the curses, to cut ties with people. I think people think you're obligated because that's family, that's blood. Oh, I have to talk to my grandma, my auntie. But even though your auntie and grandma been saying all this stuff about you, like let it go. It's okay to cut these ties with this person who is toxic to you and keeps messing with your mental health.
Okay, so I guess I'm coming from the perspective of but that's my sister, that's my mother. So I'm like, do you think it comes to a point, or is it possible to just say, oh, I know where I am right now. I know the mental space I'm in. This is just how this person is. I know what's wrong with them. I can't make them change, but I recognize it and I just accept it.
If you want to accept it,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
right, but some people don't need that energy. Like some people are not going to be able to make the change from the generational curse if their energy is consistently around them.
Right.
Because the spirits is
and you also have to know your emotional triggers. But Jazz, like she said, she already knows what she's walking into, so she knows the minute this person start cutting up. All right.
Okay.
It was nice visiting you today. Thank you for your.
And I'll see you next time. I'm not gonna not see you anymore.
You're not gonna even get into it with me because you already know. Sometimes I walk into a situation already being tense. Like you be ready for that clap back because you know what kind of energy this person is gonna be on. So don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Okay, that's just that. Yeah. That's
so,
that, but
go ahead.
Okay, so now you have mentioned the family and stuff being in generational curses. Okay, so did you say something about bringing it to their attention? Okay, so so like me, I don't know if I would be like, I don't want to say I'm scared to do it, but it's just like I don't know what kind of response I'm gonna get. You know what I mean?
Because everybody doesn't recognize
I would so I would rather avoid it, and then maybe the way I might come off to them could be offensive because they're the ones that's guilty of,
what's happening,
the generational curse. So it's like
But I do think it's important for you to say what
say
you have to say,
something, right?
get it off your chest, even if they might not receive it the way you want to.
Yeah.
At
Right.
least you did your part. You know, you
Right.
tried to help them see the light, even if they can't. You did your part. And
Yes, because I'm just I wouldn't say anything. I would just let it go. Like I know it's
I
like
used to be like that.
that's just
And also, like, people carry like those demons, those spirits, those childhood traumas,
Right.
generational curses well into their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Like, these people are stuck in their ways. So
Lord
there
be with
is no talking to certain people.
Yeah.
You can sit here, you can express to how you feel, and like, I really want a better relationship with you. I want us to be able to do things together. But like Christiana said, if you're not in that mental space and they're not willing to make those changes, like, you got to know at your wits end. I already know Christiana, just the kind of person, she gonna cut you off quick. You got one chance. She gonna bring it to you one time. Me and Jasmine, I feel like we're more forgiving. Like, we want those relationships with those people, so we constantly feel like we always gotta. Well, maybe if I say this,
And
maybe
I
if I
do
make
too.
that effort.
I want the relationships too, but my thing is, I'm a really selfish person, and my mental is more important than
Facts.
anything that you got going on, because I can only protect me and my mental space, because that's the
Yeah.
only thing I'm in charge of. I can't help you see
Yeah.
that you're crazy.
right.
I just can't do it.
Okay,
Right.
so that goes into, well, for me, I feel like, you know, we're now raising children. So,
Yes,
do we want to show our children the right things,
absolutely.
but do we not want them to know, oh, their grandparents, their aunties, their uncles,
Yeah,
you know what I
I
mean?
want them- yeah, I would
right,
never
so how
want
do we
that.
say, you know, let's cut this person off,
No,
but
you don't cut them off to that. I mean, I don't know anybody's situation as far as like, because I wouldn't put my kid in a space where, okay, their auntie is abusive just because it's their auntie and let me stay
Right,
there.
of course
So
not,
there's
of
a
course not,
limit.
right.
But my thing is, you can cut somebody off without really cutting them off. You know what I'm saying? They can still be in your child's life or something, but it doesn't have to be like every day them talking and having that energy on them. It could be in some type of way at like a park or birthday party. You know, it doesn't have to be every day where your child feels that energy.
Yeah.
understood.
And I don't want to teach my child it's okay to take this negative energy. I want her to know that protect your mental. If that person doesn't bring you good energy, bye.
Right.
Because your mental is more important than anything
And you're not
else.
gonna force your child to hang out with any family member or friend that they don't
No,
want
of course
to.
not, Forrest. Of course not.
But I thought that was kind of like our upbringing. Like, just
It
like,
was forced.
that's your so-and-so,
Yes,
that's your
right.
so-and-so. Like,
Yeah, it's
we gonna
plenty
go to
of
her
that.
house.
Right.
It was forced.
It's
So,
like, yeah, I know
But we're
how
the
these
generation
people
that's
are,
turning that around, because we actually understand that like mental health is like real. Like, having good energy, having a good mental space. I feel like back then, like, I thought there wasn't a word for it. Like, people really didn't know what that, like, how they were feeling and how to navigate certain situations. They just dealt.
and how to express themselves and
Absolutely.
be comfortable with it. And then because a lot of stuff is generational, and
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to say tradition, I don't want to call it tradition, but it's just things that's been happening in that family for years. So this is just what it is, this house will be.
Right.
And that's it, and there's no changing that. And the minute that you try to change that, it's like, well, this is how we've been doing it, or you know, whatever. And I think when you finally do start your families, I feel like, well, I speak for myself, I always was that girl who knew I wanted to get married, knew I wanted to have kids, and I was like, I can't wait to have my family so we can do these things
The way
that I want to do this. So if I don't show up to Christmas dinner because I decide I want to start my own tradition,
That's
you can't be
fine,
upset about that.
right.
This is we
That's
may
true.
or may not see you.
See, that's true. I guess that comes from me being a people pleaser. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? So it's like, I don't really want to go, but I
But
know
I'm
this
gonna
is what
go,
we're,
so can't nobody say they didn't
Yeah,
see
exactly.
me. But you
Yeah.
saving face for
So
those people,
that-
and that's not fair for you because you didn't want to go in the first place.
Exactly.
Now you messing up your energy.
Exactly.
Now
You
true.
can't.
That's
You
true.
you dreaming you at the beach the whole time you at the house.
What they gonna say?
Wait to get on the road.
Walking on eggshells, right?
Nobody.
See you later.
So if y'all don't mind sharing, and you can go as deep or as light as you want to, but what were some examples of like generational curses that you saw coming up, and what are some things that you want to change? Like, I'm absolutely not going to tolerate this in my household.
I could say affection. We're a really affectionate family. Like hugs, I love you.
Yeah.
And my daughter is a very, very affectionate.
Yeah, I overdid it.
Sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, Chrisette, chill. But I'm like, okay, that's just because I didn't do that,
And
because
that's her
not the
love language.
energy. That wasn't the energy that, you know.
That was given to
Granted,
you.
I knew my family loved me.
Absolutely.
That's just not how they expressed it with hugs and I love you.
So how do you think they express it to you? Like, what is your version
You know,
of love?
just doing stuff for you, buying you stuff, just being there, feeding you, clothing you. They're just
But now that you're an adult, do you really feel like that? I'm not saying they didn't love you, but it's like Y'all supposed to do that for me. You're supposed
Like,
to feed me. You're supposed to clothe me.
I feel like we know now, like you said, now we have our own families and everything,
Yeah.
how to show the love that we didn't receive.
In other ways.
Exactly. You know, but we know
Outside of the
It
basic
wasn't
necessities.
intentional. That's just
Absolutely.
what they were used
Exactly.
to because of their parents.
Because of their-
You're not mature, not even 21. Like,
No, I'm
let
not
your kids
ready.
stay at
I
home
wasn't
and help
ready.
them. And
Right.
just because they have a job, they don't have to pay all the bills in the household.
Yes, I paid rent.
They can help.
Yeah,
But
maybe
I'm saying,
give them
let your
one
child-
small
you know,
bill.
let your child build up a savings account so when they go and they own their pay, don't be like, all right, when you 18,
Yeah, you grown now.
But
But
You
some,
grown.
but how do you feel about parents charging rent? But it's really like you give me $20, but I'm putting it aside in a savings
I mean,
account for
that's
you.
fine.
That's
to
different.
get
That's
back.
a savings.
Okay.
That's you saving money for your kid. That's different. But I paid rent.
but
in
even
high
if the,
school,
I,
like,
and I don't even think that's wrong, Jazz. If you're working and you have to help your parent and your parent,
That's
help
fine.
them, you know
That's
that's
one thing.
fine. I don't think-
But if you just want my money because you just want my
Exactly.
money,
But even still, like, I feel like we're black people are conditioned to think that way because, you know, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing like that, but there's not a lot of white kids who are paying rent. They may be saving money, but this money I paid for rent went to wherever it went to. You know what I mean? It might have went to rent, but I'm just saying, you know, their money is going to them either way. They're still getting a head start, and it's just like, I don't know when we as people, I think it's going to be this generation, they're going to really be like, okay, no, I have to do something different for my child. I have to, you know, because it's really hard, like, just starting out here on your own, period. It's hard.
And I think since the cost of everything is going up, people are really alert now. Like, what can I do? Like, I
Right.
better get in shape. It wasn't that bad.
It
You know,
wasn't.
50 years ago, it's like
Yeah,
they can
they're
find a loaf of
Can't be
bread.
the same bills
Now
from
it's
the
like,
90s.
bread
can't be
$5.
the same bills for the night.
You know what I'm saying? It's different now. So
It
people are
is.
really like, whoo,
No,
see these
really.
red flags. We gotta do
Crazy.
something.
It is crazy. It's a lot.
We
So
gotta
we can agree that when our children grow up, if they're not ready to be put out the house, we ain't putting them out. Like
And
if they don't
be
feel
respectful.
No,
They're gonna be
absolutely,
respectful.
like if they're not financially responsible, like if they don't
But-
have like, but you gotta have a job. You're not about to just think you about to just sit on my couch.
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time I
Okay,
come home,
so
you play
that's
the TV.
another curse. Enabling. I'm sick of
Absolutely,
it.
yeah.
I'm sick of the enablers in the family who
Right.
it's like the grandma kept the son and then the son's son stayed there until he was 80 and then you know what I'm saying? Like,
Like,
come
yeah.
Did you say 80?
80, girl.
80.
It's out
People
here.
aren't living that long. though.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and it keeps happening. They son stay there till they're 80. They don't ever branch off. They're somewhere in a small
Stay in
town.
that room
Right.
You know what
playing
I'm
video
saying? Like,
games.
let your
Yeah, that's
mind
what-
expand.
Yes, sir.
Right.
That's a curse for real.
It is, it really
That
is.
I see
is.
it happen. and it's
Especially in
sad.
black families, we
People don't
do
leave
do
the
that.
street.
Yeah.
We really do baby our boys. Jesus.
Having a
For some
boy,
strange odd reason. I don't know
mean,
why.
they come out needing to be babied.
That's
I'm
true.
not- I'm not
They come
doing
out
it.
that
I mean,
way.
at the end of the
But we
day,
raising
I really
men.
hate that I have to like be the stern parent, but I
You
have to do
Yeah,
that because I
absolutely.
don't want my son to be.
Yeah, on the titty forever.
Yeah,
'cause
he's
it's
not gonna be on my
ridiculous.
titty forever.
Lord, I pray
Right.
my son ain't living in
And
my
it's just
garage.
like, you know what I mean? At
Because he
this
smiled
point,
at me one time, I'll be like,
being
okay.
that- right. At this
Whatever
point,
you
though,
want.
being that we are, y'all are I don't know, lost my train of thought.
You talking about
But-
Bonnie not babying him?
Right.
No,
But we gotta be conditioned though.
You
Like,
are?
we gotta
Yes.
be.
No, I'm talking about Monty. I told him he ain't gonna get married.
She said, I don't know.
We might not,
Take
but
care
at
of
the
that boy.
same
I love
time,
him to
though, yeah, but I'm taking
You're
care of him
strict with
and
him,
teaching
yeah.
him how to take care of himself. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean?
We
So
have to
that's-
raise independent people though, because marriage is not the goal for everybody. I used to think that like when people say I don't want to get married, I'm like, who told you you weren't worthy of marriage? You know, I used to really believe that, but there are people out here who just
That's
really they just want companionship, and that's all they want. So
But marriage is another commitment. Like everything
That's a
that you
whole
do is a
nother
commitment. Like waking up in
Absolutely.
the morning, planting your feet on the ground, deciding to go brush your teeth, that's a commitment.
That's
Facts.
facts.
You know what I mean? So
Because
when
some
you talk
people
about
don't.
right, when you talk about marriage, like damn, that's a long lesson.
well, what about like apologizing? Like, was that a thing like in your households? Did people say sorry if they hurt your feelings?
No.
Or
Okay, so me
But
and my
you
mom
respected
had a
to
different type of
apologize.
relationship. So because I was a big baby and she knew that, and then not only that, like she's emotional too, but she wasn't wearing her shit on her sleeve like me. So raising me and like she'll say something out the way, or I'll be getting in trouble and she'll go off on me, and I'll be like, you know, like oh
Yeah.
my gosh. And then later on, it would be like, you know, I'm sorry, or it'll be like, Mom, you hurt my feelings. Like, you know what I mean? I would go
Yeah.
to her and let her know, like, girl, earlier you said it.
yeah.
You sound
And
You
like
know,
she
you,
would be
you know
like,
I do it
huh?
because I love you. You know what? I tell you this because I love you. I'm hard on you because I love
Right,
you.
right. And then there comes the talks and stuff. And then, but now I do understand as an adult, like that was much needed. Like I'm
Exactly.
okay with that. It's okay. It happens because guess what I be doing? Busting my kid out too. And it just that's how it goes as a parent. We get frustrated or we don't use other ways to kind of let them know things. We just instantly like sit your ass down, get out my face. You know what I mean? What are you doing over here?
But do you eventually go back and apologize?
Right,
Is
and
that
then be like,
important?
yeah,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It's like, okay, earlier.
But some of us didn't even get that. It was like
No,
sit
I
your
never-
down,
no,
and then that was it.
Maybe a new shirt, new Barbie.
That new shirt, new
Yeah,
Barbie.
but and then it's
And
crazy
where that
'cause
new
my
shirt at,
sister
friend?
say-
Where that new Barbie at? You still got it? Okay, I was wondering.
Right. But my sister say my mom changed us because they used to get it, so I don't know.
Because you are the
Things are
baby.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she was older though, she probably didn't have that much energy to do it my shit. So just
Wow,
let
child.
her slide.
Well, what about like eating dinner at the kitchen table? Like, was that a thing?
I did at my dad's parents' house, not my mom's parents. But my dad's parents were really big on
Yeah.
sitting down.
That's what's
I
up.
like that.
I do too. I love it.
What about y'all?
It depends on where I was. Like, I mean, right, it really does.
Because you got a big family, girl.
Because, I mean, at home, my mom didn't really require us to sit at the table. I mean, most likely she would sit at the table.
Yeah.
And I...
Whoever wanted to join her.
Right. But other than that, no. My dad, though, he's definitely sit at his table. You don't need nowhere else in his house
Yeah.
type of guy. I mean, he be eating grapes and nuts all over the damn house, but you can't really eat nothing around the house.
That is what
Yeah.
it is. We didn't sit around the table. Only on like holidays, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, that stuff. We did the table.
That's it.
And it's crazy because I started off with Taylor. We were sitting at the table, and now
Everybody, you feel me? Everybody get your plate and go about your business.
It's different, but
So,
I should start with
Is that important for y'all to incorporate now, or it's not a big deal for y'all?
Right now, it's not a big deal for me.
Okay.
Because I don't even remember it when I was my kid's age, like 7 and 2. I remember it more so 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, like those ages.
But this is the thing, though. Sitting at the table, I think that was just something. I mean, of course, you gotta sit and eat dinner at the table. That's comfortable to have your plate sitting on the table.
Right.
But also, it was a time to kind of bring it on in, family time. How was your day? What happened?
Talk to each other.
Yeah.
Talk to each other. But now we have these devices. We
That
have
wouldn't be
laptops.
at the
we
Absolutely
have,
not.
We have tablets. We
Definitely
have all
didn't
that
have
stuff.
phones.
So now it's different. You know what I
It's
mean?
different.
Okay, girl, guess what I'm about to do while I'm eating? Watching my show. So let's go
True.
get that Netflix.
Condition to
on the
get in
TV.
front of Netflix.
Right.
Mhm.
So, you know, I mean, it's different. So I feel like, you know, that's a tactic to kind of like grow closer. Like if you decided like, yes, we're all gonna sit at the table. We're not all gonna sit at the table quietly just eating our dinner just because I want y'all to sit at the table. And
Yeah.
that's it. It's for
I don't want to feel like it's a chore. I want you to want to
Right,
sit
to
at the
wanna
table
sit at
and
the
talk
table.
and ask about. Like that is something I want to incorporate in my household because I don't
Right.
remember ever sitting at the table as a family, like
Right.
ever. Even when it
Ever.
came to like Thanksgiving and stuff, I guess because it would be Thanksgiving at one person, so the whole family's coming over.
Okay, of course.
It's a
Yeah,
40
that's
person
and that's
table.
the thing. Yes.
So everybody's spread out where
different.
people sitting on the stairs, people sitting in the living room, the kitchen,
Right.
outside.
Now see at and then my family house it was like the kids is downstairs and the adults
Got
got
the
like
kids
3
table,
rooms
got the
to
adults
split
table.
up, right, with their tables and all kinds of conversations going on. Like you walking in each room, it's a different conversation. So.
That's love.
Absolutely.
I hate things aren't the same. Like
Yes.
there are certain things, you know, that I wish that we didn't keep, like generational things passed down. And then there's certain things it's like
Like what?
spirits.
Happened,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like that are just passed down. It's tough. And we can't keep the tradition. You know what I mean? We're
Right.
passing down these spirits, but we lost all the tradition. It's like, dang,
That's
Right.
true.
it's tough.
Yeah, but but this is the thing. People nowadays are feeling like it's somebody telling them what to do. We don't like to feel
Exactly.
forced,
I don't
so,
know
like,
why our
we
generation
can't-
is like
we
that,
gotta
though.
be rebellious. We gotta try something. We're gonna do this the way we want to do it, and that's it. You know what I mean?
So you think that's an issue with, well, okay, so me personally,
I don't
I feel like
think
that is an issue with our generation. I feel like we feel like, I don't want to say we're rebels, but I really feel like we're very, it's okay to be selfish type of people. So it's just like, even with our jobs, we're like, they ain't treat me how I should be treated, and I'm about to quit
your
this
word.
job.
How do you think we should
Know
be?
your
So
word.
I don't care if
So let me
that's
say,
not-
no, not a
We
slave.
the
You're not a slave. You're not a slave. You're not a slave.
We the new one.
I'm not a slave.
No,
Okay.
you're not a slave. You're not a slave, but there are also just rules and
Clocking in.
requirements. There are things that are
You
required
slaves.
when you're working for someone. And I understand, you know, that's why our generation is full of entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs.
Like, it's a lot of us, but it's just like, for those of us who aren't right now, it's just like to see how people really are just like, forget what this job say. I want to do this right now. I want to do that right now. It's just like, that's
I
not
think
okay.
everybody's
And we do
tolerance
the
is
same thing.
different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like I said, but there are rules. You know what I mean? There are
Yeah.
requirements for anything that you do and anywhere that you go, unless you have your own. There are rules and requirements, and this generation does not want to follow rules and requirements, and I don't understand that. Like, I just don't get it.
But it's just because of how the world is evolving.
Everything's
And how-
changing, and you have to adapt.
Everything is right at a
Adapt
touch
or
of a
don't.
button.
Yeah.
Right, adapt or don't. And then that's the thing too, like our family members, the older ones, the older traditions are not as innovative as what we can bring to the table for a family
Yeah.
reunion or for a family gathering. We're gonna step. That's how we are. But the old people gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna play around the bingo. We got some food over here. Y'all help yourselves. You know, we have a social hour, and we're gonna play this game. We got the liquor. We got this. You know what I mean? Like,
but I think it's all in how you're raised too. I mean, if you had those parents who were like, worked the same job for 59 years, that's going to be their expectation of you. But if there was somebody who had several successful businesses or worked a couple of different jobs, had a couple of different trades, they're going to encourage you to, like, you know, okay, that's cool that you work full time for XYZ, but like, you're really good at photography. You should think about doing that on the side for a second stream of income. So I think it depends on how you were raised, or maybe the mentors that you had in your life, or other influences.
So also, what I'm saying is, Deshaun said he ain't gonna talk to me. Deshaun like, he ain't gonna talk to me like that. Fuck this job. And walk out. Now Deshaun ain't got no job, ain't got no way to pay his child support, ain't got no way to pay his bills.
That's Deshaun's dumb mindset.
That's what I'm saying.
He's an idiot. I mean, there's no way to talk it up.
What I'm saying. Right, but that's how I feel like our generation operates. A lot of our generation operates where it's just like, I don't like this, and I don't like the way this is going, so forget this. I'm not doing this. Although I know I got a car note to pay. Although I know I got bills to pay. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
No backup plan.
But it's like, that's what we're doing though. Like, we're moving off of emotion.
People are doing that.
Like, truly moving off. I don't understand that.
And getting burnt.
Just being impulsive.
I can see not liking somebody and trying to change your situation and, you know, moving it around. But when you don't have a plan, like, you're going to fail.
Absolutely.
Gosh, I love that. I love that.
And I teach that to my daughter too. I always say, Chrisette, you know, you are fine, girl. You look good. That outfit is cute. You look nice today. And I try to make sure, okay, you look good. Don't let nobody tell you don't look good.
That is love.
Well, I have two things. So one, I think I took that from my granddad and my aunt. They were like really like on-time people. Y'all know me. I don't. When it come to time, like if I say something start at 1:30, you need to be there at 1 o'clock. Why are you showing up at 1:30?
Jesus,
you late.
Help me.
Like, y'all know y'all invite me to something. Y'all know I'm gonna be the first person
we
there.
know.
For the most part, and I'm
on time if you're early.
Exactly.
And you're late.
So that's one thing I definitely want my son to take from me. Like maybe not as serious as I take it, but I just want him to be an on-time person because that's important for interviews, for when you're going to work. Like, if you are providing a service for somebody, if you say you're gonna be there this time, you need to be there before them, already set up, ready to go. One thing that I learned from my aunt Pooh, and I'm still learning this is a really hard lesson for me, is like learning to take the emotion out of situations. Because when you take the emotion out and you focus just on the facts, that's it. Like, it's easy, it's straight, no chaser. But when you put the emotion in it, you and crying and carrying on, like you're not getting to the point. People are getting lost in what you're saying, and like, okay, what am I supposed to take away from this? Take the emotion out, spit the facts out.
Shout out Pooh.
Yes, shout out Aunt Pooh. I love my Aunt Pooh so much. It's like I have to call her to ground me. Like I'm thankful for my family and friends that I have that can keep me grounded when I know, even when I know I'm wrong, or even when I know I'm right. Like, y'all bring me back to the center. Like, girl, you gonna be okay.
Period.
That's it.
Like yesterday.
Okay, here we go. Whew. And one last question. We gonna close it out. How important is it for you to heal from your own childhood traumas before you start your own family?
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's 1,000. Because you gotta keep the same stuff going. If you don't, you keep the same cycle.
But you know, even if it doesn't happen before your family, you need to take action and realize, like, okay, this shit is shitty and I need to clean it up, like, serious. Because at the end of the day, you don't want you waddling and shit, your kids waddling and shit, just because of the decisions that you made based on your childhood. Like, you gotta let that go. I'm not a child anymore. And I have to put those things behind me, because I'm not gonna be able to move forward in the way I really need to, because I'm always gonna revert back to that damn childhood trauma that I didn't never let go. So I feel like it's important to eventually do it. Do not put it on your kids. Don't put it on your kids. So you need to take action.
They weren't even thought of, born or nothing.
Right, and I feel like people know when they're a fucked up person. And that's the sad thing.
That's facts.
Some people,
but they don't care. They
some people don't, but I know
there are people who know
exactly. They don't care.
But I think the people who know and don't care don't know. It's normal to them.
No.
I think it's both.
Have a conversation with somebody.
I'm about to say, there's people who are just like, well, this is how I am. Like, I know that's crazy, but oh well.
But do they really?
What?
Yes.
People are something
like
else.
They know. People know.
Like, I know when I'm tripping. I know when I'm tripping. Like,
yeah, of course, but you know you're not a fucked up person.
No.
We all trip, but we're not fucked up people.
Yeah.
I feel like really fucked up people
don't know
like,
they don't know.
You know?
Oh yeah, some of them. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, their mental space can't even get that far.
Right. I'm affiliated with some people like that.
That's funny.
Unfortunately.
I feel like, well, I feel like, but healing from your childhood is very, very, very important.
Yes.
And, you know, we talk about it all the time. And, of course, there's counseling. And I guess my big thing is I always want to know how. I feel like we always have the answers, but it's just like, it's how to get there.
Absolutely.
And it's just, I wish there was a manual on how, but there really is. I guess you have to figure out your own way and everything.
And everybody's not open to counseling. So what are the other options that we have for people who don't? And outside of Jesus, people who aren't religious.
But people that you can go to podcasts, you can like download apps on your phone that will
Oprah
help
Soul
you.
Sundays.
I heard that's good. I haven't listened to it. I heard it's
good. But yeah,
Really
Mental is very important.
Listening to like
Self-care.
Les Brown, listening to motivational speakers, just going on YouTube. Just how you feeling in the
affirmations every day, like how you compliment your daughter when she has an outfit, when she looks nice. Like those are positive. She's gonna remember that when she grows up, and that's something that she's gonna pass on to her children as well. So that's keep it up, girl.
And then my son's aunt, she's so creative and awesome, and she's like a counselor therapist as well. So pretty much, she gave me like this couple of sheets of paper with daily affirmations for mommy. Because he was kind of act crazy at school, and it was a lot. And
I had to speak life into your son. Absolutely.
So it was just like, you know, I am a young king. I will be good today. I will behave.
My dad is really good about that. He's very
He has a lot of things written down. So, you know, every day we would pick 3 things before he go to school.
Right.
So just so he could feel better about his day and like hopefully get his brain some type of way, you know, work some magic and he act right. So it worked out. So I mean, hopefully, I really need to get that done for this school year. Like have that out for him because I don't want no problems.
Yeah, you gotta send them off into the new school year with positive vibes.
Right.
So they can stay.
I can't believe how much this stuff makes a difference, and we never got it as kids. You know what I mean? It's so crazy.
And it's just like, but you have to have a strong household. Like it don't matter if you're a single parent or not.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're married, whatever. You have to have a strong household and a strong foundation for your kids. So they know the home base, because at the end of the day, there's so many other bases out here. Like I'm just putting it into that perspective. Like the kids can go just to the corner store and see some old ratchet shit right here in front of their face.
Yeah.
They can put their phone, Instagram, go to the damn explore page. There's so much stuff, you know. There's so much stuff that they can get a hold
that we didn't have access to.
Right. So we gotta go extra hard to protect them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Through prayer, through those daily affirmations, through us just make sure we're whole so we can make them whole, like everything coming to one.
It makes me mad that I personally feel like we're not big on it takes a village anymore. I feel like I don't talk to my baby, don't say, if you got a problem with my kids, say something to me where it's just like you're not allowed, you know, the village thing is nothing no more. Like it's just
but I mean
non-existent.
Right, but I don't know where that even comes from though. Like why would you even ever feel like nobody can say nothing to your kid when they acting crazy?
Right.
Or why don't you even see that your kid is being disruptive or disrespectful? How are you not seeing that? So
that's the people who don't know, who can't see.
In denial.
Delusional. Right.
Delusional.
Right. But I think it's absolutely important to be able to heal from our childhood traumas. It's not something I want to pass on to my kids because they weren't born, they weren't thought of. That's something that I had to endure myself, so I'm not going to bring that negative energy into their lives and have these unrealistic expectations for them. But this was a great conversation, guys.
This was awesome. Locked and loaded.
People out there, break the curses. Break your mama ain't say I love you, don't mean you can't say you love your kids.
Exactly.
Tell somebody that you love them today, that you appreciate somebody today.
Say sorry.
Cook for your kids.
I didn't mean to curse you out like that, Deshaun. I shouldn't have told you to sit your mother.
No, really. Cook for your kids.
Cook for your kids.
Cut it out. Just because your parents curse you out, you don't have to
hug them. Speak life.
Go hard for your kids. Right.
And go hard for yourself. Don't put yourself on the back burner, okay?
Don't. Take some self-time, but remember,
self-care, therapy, Jesus, nature walks. Whatever you feel you need to do to get that realignment.
Sometimes you got to switch up your element. Jesus times 10, but sometimes you got to switch up your will.
Jesus is the GOAT. That's real talk.
Okay.
Read your Bibles.
And don't put him on the back burner. But that's another story.
But that's another story for another day.
All right. Thanks y'all for joining us today.
Thanks, guys.
We're about to do that.
It was real.
About to pull off like a wig.
Okay. Locked and loaded. And now y'all know what's up. Y'all know what we about to do.
What about to do, Mercedes?
Pull off like a wig.
But this is all real though.
Locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded because we all had locks. If y'all didn't know, that's Wild Podcast.
She got a little
girl.
Okay.
Girl.
All right, y'all.